Hey guys, it's Paul. Hey, listen, this is not a full blown. You know what this is? This is a sharing moment. I learned how to overdraw tonight. I got my first overdraw tonight on 7 and 8 hole draw. And it's one of those moments. It's kind of funny, but it's we have in our playing when we play an instrument, we have these moments. It's their um, their landmark moments where you learn a technique, and now that you've kind of got it, or got the at least got the idea of how that technique works, it's okay. Now what do I do with it? I have to tell you. I'm stoked. I'm super stoked right now because this is a technique that I really didn't know that I would be able to learn how to do. Overblows, I felt the same way about them with the overblows. I didn't know that I'd learn how to do overblows at one point. I was just like, oh man, it just seems so far away. So it's an interesting thing. All things in time. You learn how to make good, clean, clear single notes. You learn how to connect them. You learn how to make a musical, and then you learn how to bend, and then you learn how to control your bends, which is huge. And then you learn how to make a musical, and then you learn about how the reeds work and how everything, up and down the harp and all this stuff. And then all of a sudden you're doing things like experimenting with the overblow. If you ever get to that point, you get your first overblow, you're freaking stoked, and then you start trying to figure out how to work that into your repertoire and make it musical. And then all of a sudden there's the overdraws. This is all stuff that I never thought that I would be able to do on an instrument that, quite frankly, isn't designed to do it. But tonight, on a whim, I was just like, you know what, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna learn how to do it. I'm gonna get one. I'm gonna get an overdraw. I've got the overblow thing, and I'm not proficient at that enough yet to where I've got it built into my everyday playing, but I can play them. Uh, Now it's time to go after the overdraw because some of my favorite players are overdraw and overblow players. Todd Parrott, uno, numero uno. Okay, the guy he's a masterful player with tone from here to freaking Gibraltar. The guy's amazing. So I figured, and I'm never really going to fully be able to play his stuff until I get that stuff down or get it to the point to where I can actually play it. So anyway, the overdraw, which is thank you to Jason Ritchie. Okay, so if you want to learn how to play overdraws and overblows and overdraws, Jason's got two videos out, overblows and then he's got a part two, the overdraws. That's the one that I got this from. And he just he kind of explains it a little differently, but I've heard I think it's Chris Michalek explained with overblows that you put, if you put a straw in your mouth, um, and you act like you're like one of these things, and you let the straw drop, and that kind of motion, it helps. Well, Jason said, "Hey, if here's the important thing. You get the tone in your head, and that is so true. Howard Levy, all these guys they talk about this, and if you get the tone in your head, he's absolutely correct. If you get the sound in your head of the note that you're after, for some reason, it makes one hell of a lot more sense. So the seven over draw, which is the one that's needed for like the blues scale and stuff, is the same as the four draw bend. So you'd have an octave up. So that's your note. So if you get that in your head, all right? The seven is killing me. So that's the 7, and this is this harp has not been adjusted for this. So there's your 7 overdraw, and here's the 8 overdraw. Nice and strong, right? So that's an 8 overdraw. So 7 and 8 overdraw on a harmonica. This is a Marine Band Deluxe, by the way, guys. I'm sorry, but I love them. I don't know what they do to these, but this is an unaltered harmonica that I'm getting overdraws on the 7 and the 8. Now, obviously, I need to refine this, and it's something that I need to work on along with everything else. You know, but it's one more color on your palette, right? So the 7 and the 8 overdraw, and you can overdraw the 9 and the 10. And if you get those, you can get a full chromatic scale on the diatonic. So the 8, to get the 7 overdraw. Wait. Oh, okay. I'm going to struggle with this now. Let me get the tone in my head again. See how that works? I was struggling. I get the tone in my head. All of a sudden, I can kind of tune my mouth. All right? It's going to fight me because it's not been made to do this. All right? So that's the note. All right? So long way from making it sound musical, obviously. But that's something I can work with. Now, here's the other thing. This is a key of A Marine Band Deluxe. I start out with a key of A. I got this. This is an old harp. This is something that I've probably got about a year on. I carried this harmonica with me for about a year, and it finally, the low end died. And I'm using this harmonica to learn this technique on because it's something that's old, and I've got a, you know, I can give it up. Okay. The other good thing about these deluxes is I can just buy reed plates if I want. So we're good to go. But anyway, you get my point. Don't go doing stuff like this on a harmonica that's new or that you can't afford to lose. These techniques really screw with your reeds. So, and if you don't have the basis, at least some basis in the technique, it's going to kill your harmonica. So anyway, I wanted to share this, man, because I'm stoked. Anyway, the 8. So if you make the 8 over the 8 bend, that is the same shape basically, and Jason confirms this on his video as the overdraw, the 7 overdraw. All right, so it was weird. I can get the 8 overdraw right away. That's the 8 overdraw. All right, so ugly. Not playing a customized harmonica, but the important thing is that you get the technique down, you figure out how they're done, and then you can tweak your harps to get them to play the way they're supposed to. Anyway, I wanted to share this. Pretty cool. Thank you, Jason Ritchie, for the amazing video on that topic. And guys, if you have any questions or if there's anything I can do to help you, let me know, okay? Just wanted to share this. Pretty cool. All right, take care. Bye-bye.